Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all okay. Thanks for joining me today for another video. I'm back with another review video today. It's been a couple of weeks, but we're going to look today at the Retevis RT55. Now, this is quite unusual because it's a marine radio. So on the channel we have reviewed a couple of commercial radios from different manufacturers over the past couple of years, but never actually reviewed a marine radio. Now, obviously, I can't test the transmit on this radio, but I'm going to take you through all the features and settings. We're going to do a review as much as we can on this radio. It says it floats, so we're going to check that as well. And of course, we can receive marine on it as well. So we're going to see how the audio sounds out of the radio in receive. So just some top line on this radio, some of the features and settings. As I say, it is a marine radio, and it has the marine frequencies for the United States, international marine frequencies and Canadian marine channels. It can float on water, and it's IP67 waterproof, so it has a rubber gasket around the outside, and the battery compartment is completely sealed. So it'll float if you drop it overboard. A lot of Retevis radios are submersible, so they will survive a drop in water, but they don't float. So this one, obviously, if you're out on a boat or out at sea, you're going to need this radio to float if you drop it. So it makes sense. The IP67 rating means it'll stay in water 1 metre deep for 30 minutes, but I'm sure it would do longer than that if push came to shove. It has 10 NOAA weather channels on it, so we don't have NOAA channels here. These are in the United States and Canada as far as I'm aware, so we don't actually have them, so we can't test that, but the NOAA channels are in there for receive, which is handy if you're buying this in the in the USA or Canada. And just some of the functions on the radio: it's got adjustable volume, adjustable squelch, it's got channel group select, so you can tag various channels and have them as favourites. It's got channel select, so you can select between your marine channels, channel 16, the weather channel, or a call-in channel. It's got call channel programming, so you can change which call channel you want to have on the radio. It's got monitor function, you can mute the volume on it. It's got an automatic backlight, keypad lock, scan function, and power save function. So a decent little marine radio there. What you actually get in the pack: you get obviously the radio itself with a battery, you get the antenna, you get a power adapter, you get a charger base. Now this is quite handy because it comes with screws to screw this down, so if you're in a boat that's moving or being knocked about, you can screw the charger base down, you can screw it to a desk or a work surface, and it's not going to go anywhere. So it comes with the screws supplied to do that. And you can drop the radio into the charger base, or you can take the battery out and just charge the battery on its own, and it actually has a little adapter in there. So if you have a couple of batteries for this radio, you can charge them using the charging dock. You get a little wrist strap inside, which is handy for once if you're on a boat that's moving and being thrown around. You can keep hold of this radio, and it comes with a basic user manual as well, which runs you through all the features, but we're going to go through that in this video anyway. So just to look at the radio itself, you can see on the top there we've got the speaker and the microphone. This is all waterproof protected, and the speaker has a feature called Aqua Quake, which basically means if you push 2 buttons down on the radio, it will send a tone through the speaker at quite a high frequency, which will vibrate the speaker and remove any water. So if this does get wet and water's clogging the speaker and distorting the audio, you can actually use that feature to shake the water out. We've got an LCD screen here with the channel in the middle, and there's various other functions around the outside which we'll go through in a sec. And as I say, this does have a backlight. You can't see the backlight very well because of my studio lights, but it's like a green backlight on this. It's quite bright as well. And then we've got a fully backlit keypad. It makes a change. There's no numbers here. You've just got various buttons here that control the different different settings on the radio, which again we'll go through in a little while. On the top we've got the on-off button there, and we've got a screw-in cap which covers a speaker mic port, and it takes a 3mm jack. The radio doesn't come with a speaker mic, but these can be purchased from Retevis, and it comes with an antenna, and the antenna doesn't have a pin inside. It's the contact type antennas. I'm not sure on the name of them, but it just helps with that waterproof protection on here. On the back we've got space for a belt clip there, which comes with the 2 supplied screws, and you can just screw that in the back of the radio. And then on the left hand side we've got the rubberized PTT, and you'll notice all the way around this is little grip areas on the plastic, and we've got a rubber seal that seals it from water. So quite a basic, quite a simple radio, and very similar to a lot of other marine radios you get out there. So yeah, I think Retevis have done a decent job on this. It definitely looks the part. As I say, we're going to look at the functions, and we're going to look at the receive on this radio, and also we are going to test the submersible side of it as well to see how it performs when wet and to see if it floats, more importantly. So the radio has a couple of different scan types. This is an efficient way to locate signals quickly over a wide frequency range, and the transceiver has priority scan and normal scan. The weather channels will be scanned also when the weather alert function is activated, and you can also set tag channels before a scan, and you can actually scan through these just by themselves. So normal scan will search through all tag channels in sequence. However, unlike priority scan, channel 16 is not checked unless channel 16 is set as a tag channel. And then we've got priority scan, which means a priority scan sequentially searches through all the tag channels while monitoring channel 16, and when a signal is detected on channel 16, the scan pauses until the signal disappears. So when a signal is detected on a channel other than channel 16, the scan switches to dual watch until the signal disappears. So basically, normal scan will scan through all your tag channels and not monitor anything else, and priority scan will scan through everything including tag channels, and it will monitor channel 16 at the same time. So if channel 16 becomes active, which is the calling and distress frequency, then the radio will revert back to that. You can set different tag channels by holding the tag button down when you're on a channel, and you can turn all of those off by pressing the on button as well as the tag button at the same time. There's also two types of watch, so you've got dual watch and tri watch. So dual watch will monitor the channel that you're on and channel 16, and tri-watch will monitor the channel that you're on, channel 16, and your calling channel as well, so it's handy for monitoring 3 frequencies at the same time. Okay, so just a quick run through of what the buttons do on the front of this radio. So we've got the top left button here, the channel button, and if you push this, it will select channel 16. If you hold this, it will take you to your calling channel. Now the factory default channel for this is channel 9. And while we're in this mode, if we press and hold channel for 3 seconds, after a long beep, it goes into program mode, and you can select which channel you want to be your calling channel, and then just press channel again, and that will save. The button underneath, we've got the volume button, so you can press that to select your volume up and down, and you can also hold it, and it will mute the radio, and you just press it again, and it will bring the volume back. The next one, we've got dual and scan. So if you push this once, it will start the radio scanning. And if you push and hold this for 1.5 seconds, it will enter dual or tri-watch mode, which means it will monitor another channel which you select. And you just push it again to exit that mode. This scan button and the high and low lock button here, if you hold them together and get ready for the loud noise, that buzz actually lasts for 9 seconds, and what that is, it's called Aqua Quake, and what it does, it emits a quite a loud tone from the speaker, and it vibrates the speaker and forces water out. So if water gets into the speaker and distorts the sound, you can activate Aqua Quake mode by holding those 2 buttons, and it will shake the water out of the speaker, which I thought was quite handy. Channel button here, it's quite straightforward. It brings you between channel mode and the weather channels. Now here in the UK we don't have weather channels, but you can scan through the weather channels there. If you press channel again, you can go back to channel mode, and if you hold this, you can see we've got an eye in the corner of the screen there for international. It'll take you to C for Canadian Marine channels and U for United States Marine channels, but obviously we're in the UK, so we're going to go to international for UK and Europe. We've got up and down buttons here, which cycle through the different channels that you have in the radio. If you hold tag and press the up arrows, it will cycle through all tag channels, and you can just press to tag and untag a channel. And as well, if you press tag while turning the power button on and off, it will clear all tag channels that you have set in the radio. We've got the monitor and squelch button here, so if we press that and turn the arrows down, we can open or close the squelch. And if you press this button for 1.5 seconds, it will open the squelch on the radio for you. And then at the bottom here, we've got the lock and high and low button. So if we press that, you can see we've got low there and high. So low and high power. And if we hold it, it'll lock the keypad so you can't press anything. Just press it again to unlock. Okay, so the radio has a programming mode and it has 11 different options there, so you can change 11 different settings. To access the programming menu, you turn the radio on while pushing down monitor and squelch. To select the different programming options in the menus, you just press the monitor and squelch button to cycle through each item, and you press the up and down arrows to select which setting you want for these items. So you can see here we've got beep tone, which turns the keypad beep on and off. We've got weather alert, so this will turn on weather alert monitoring. So if something important or there's significant weather information, they'll transmit an alarm from the station. So this is if you're in America, and the radio will automatically switch to these stations. We've got scan mode, so the transceiver's got two types of scan, normal and priority, as we said, so it will scan through those. We've got the scan resume timer, so that will when turned off, the scan will pause on the channel until the signal disappears, and then it will resume scanning. And when it's turned on, when a signal is detected, the scan will pause on the channel for 5 seconds and then resume. We've got auto scan function, so this will start a normal or priority scan when no signal is received and no operation is performed for 30 seconds. We've got dual and tri-watch function, which basically selects between dual watch and tri-watch, which we talked about earlier. We've got the monitor key function, so the monitor key temporarily opens the squelch, and this item sets the different key actions, so it will set it to push. So the monitor function is activated by holding down monitor, and the squelch will open only while holding the key. Or we've got hold, so basically if you hold the button, the squelch will stay open until you press the button again. We've got automatic backlight, so this will turn the automatic backlight on or off, so you can either have it on all the time, off all the time, or just a set to go off after a certain amount of time. We've got LCD contrast settings, so you can set this to high or low. We've got power save function, so when it's off, the function's turned off. When it's on, the function's turned on or be activated when no signal is received and no operation is performed for 5 seconds, so it's just a way of preserving the battery life. And then we've got squelch sensitivity, so this basically, when activated, enhances the noise reduction function on the radio.
This is Holyhead Coast Guard. That's all been received. You have a safe passage and a good watch, and we'll be monitoring back on channel 16, over.
Blackpool, this is Holyhead Coast Guard. Good afternoon. Your signal is weak, but you are clear, over.
All stations, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard. For the Maritime Safety Information Broadcast, listen on channel 63, channel 63.
Port Mobile, Holyhead Coast Guard, over. Holyhead Coast Guard, over.
All stations, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard. For the Maritime Safety Information Broadcast, listen on channel 63, channel 63. European Endeavour, Holyhead Coast Guard. Good evening, channel 73, please, over. European Endeavour, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard, over.
Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard, over.
Wirral Coast Guard, Mobile 1, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, channel 0, please, over.
Wirral Mobile, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, Holyhead Coast Guard, over. Wirral Mobile, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, roger, Holyhead Coast Guard.
Wirral Coast Guard, Mobile 1, Holyhead Coast Guard, over. Coast Guard Mobile 1, Holyhead Coast Guard, over. Wirral Coast Guard Mobile 1, Holyhead Coast Guard, roger up. Call Bromley, thank you. Wirral Coast Guard Mobile 2, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, roger, speak to you on C now. Wirral Mobile, this is Holyhead Coast Guard, is that you calling over?
Okay, so a little bit of a different type of review there, looking at the Retevis Marine radio. I hope you enjoyed it. It's quite a nice radio, definitely submersible, definitely floats, which is great, and the receive audio is pretty good on it as well, which is nice. So yeah, like I say, I can't test the transmit on here because I don't have a marine license, but it's definitely a nice addition to Retevis's catalogue of radios, and I'm sure it would work as well as many other marine radios out there. So we'll leave that one there. If you have any comments, suggestions or questions, drop them in the box below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And there's links to this radio in the box below. And all that's left to say is 7.3. I've got tons and tons of videos coming soon, guys, so stay tuned. Got a hell of a lot of radios to show you and all sorts of different things, so make sure you stay tuned for those, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.